the World Cup champions of 1999.
What a victory for the Sri Lankans. A fantastic
Pakistan win the World Cup. A magnificent performance.
Here's the man who's been largely responsible for us over the last.
The first World Cup. That is Australia's joy. And England.
Hello to all of you, another exciting episode of Match Point by Dr. Adnan. Lot of exciting cricket news with me today when I came on the show, and as usual we will proceed towards the headlines. And our major focus will be Pakistan versus South Africa T20s and of course Pakistan Super League Season 4. So first of all, the major headline: Pakistan lost to South Africa 2-1 in this T20 International Series, and this was the first time since 2016 after 11 consecutive chases when the team Pakistan lost T20 series against any team. And lot of you asking me and the questions, giving me the buzzers and the messages that will Pakistan will be able to maintain the number 1 slot or not. For you, all of those who asked this question, congratulations, because Pakistan team and Pakistan fans should be satisfied that still Pakistan is the number 1 T20 team. So might be you will be wanting to see the ranking, and here we go. You can just look upon the cue card and we can show you the latest ranking. Pakistan is still on the number 1 slot with 5,280 points and with a 135 rating, and second is the arch rival Team India with 5,361 points and with a rating of 125, and third comes the Springboks South Africa, who have beaten Pakistan convincingly, but they are lacking behind with 2,960 points, way behind Pakistan with only 118 points in the rating. And fourth point, there is also the Team Australia with the same number of points, who are just residing behind the arch rivals in the Ashes series. So let's go on the next cue card, because I just want to show you that after the T20 rankings, who is on the ODI ranking on the top of the list. So this is the next headline, the ranking, ODI ranking of the cricket top teams. So here we go on the list. You can see the number 1 team is the English team, England team, with 6,918 points and with a 126 rating. And the second spot, Team India, the best of the best. They are playing international cricket in the superb way. This is the best ever equilibrium Indian team I have ever seen in the last 3 decades. But Indian team is lagging behind the Team England with 7,897 points, but their rating is unfortunately 121. They are 5 behind the English team. And third is the New Zealand team, having the 5,574 points with a Nelson rating, with a 111 rating. So the next headline after this, so you will be satisfied. The Pakistani fans and Indian fans will be hoping for a convincing win in the next series so that the India may topple. But still, now the Indian, after the T20 series versus New Zealand, if India beats New Zealand 3-0, then there is a chance. Otherwise there is no chance that India would have been near to the Pakistan rating in the T20. So still Pakistan is safe at this position, as Pakistan is having no match until the summer before the World Cup, when Pakistan will be playing against England in the only T20, and now Pakistan team will be busy in the Pakistan Super League. So when it comes to the Pakistan Super League, the next headline is regarding the stars. There is a star buster for the Pakistan Super League. As the league has been opened, we will be seeing the galaxy of cricketing stars in the Pakistan Super League. So one such star you have seen already on the match point is the Nicholas Puran, who was playing from the Cricket West Indies. He came to the North America and then, having a plenty of experience in playing the Caribbean League and lot other leagues, was hired by Multan Sultan. But this time now the news have come that Nicholas Puran will no longer be a part of Multan Sultan in this league and has been replaced by the Johnson Charles in the Multan Sultan for the PSL squad. So lot of you would have a question in the mind, why Puran has been drawn from the Pakistan Super League. As I asked question from Nicholas Puran, he said that he is very happy that he will be the part of the PSL. So one thing you should know, that whoever comes to the match point, ultimately happiness comes to their home. Nicholas Puran has got the West Indian call, so he will be getting the red cap on this series versus England. So the West Indies call, so Nicholas Puran has been withdrawn and has been called from the Cricket West Indies to join their official team against the Moeen Ali and the Ben Stokes and the Joe Root's team England, and let's see how his sparkling wonders will be behaving against the English team. So good time for the Nicholas Puran, and just by chance I am remembering, and I just want to share with you that the Ben McDermott, who came to the here to play the league in the North America, he became the part of our show. Just kidding. And then he got the Aussies green baggy cap, and yesterday we were having a chance to talk with Ben, and Ben was pretty much sure, and he told me that he is coming once again to North America and is pretty much sure that we're gonna meet him and we'll ask him about how was the year and how was the green baggy cap for him and how was the luck what he was trying with the Pakistan in the UAE. The next news is also from the West Indies. The captain Jason Holder has been suspended from the third test match at St. Lucia due to the slow over rate. So over rate offense has been there, and there's an unlucky target as he was at the verge of winning the series. Already he have got the series in their pocket, but unfortunately he will not be the part of the Cricket West Indies when they will be facing the third test against England. Mickey Arthur, Pakistani coach, is not disappointed. After losing the game to the South Africa, still he is very much satisfied and happy, and he is telling that he is satisfied with the result because what is the source of his incredible happiness, that he said he has discovered lot of things, pros and cons in the Pakistan team which needs to be improved during this tour. We will certainly come back with a far better team in the future with the same strength. And he said that don't forget that only 3 guys were there in the team who previously toured South Africa. Out of all the teams, all the players except these 3 players were the new players, and lot of achievement and lot of lessons and lot of things they have learned from the South Africa. Something to cheer for the Pakistan squad, that in spite of losing, some individual brilliance were coming. That Imamul Haq, who still we are saying that he is not a part of the T20 team, but he is a regular part of the ODI team and the Pakistan's test team at the moment. Imamul Haq has gained 9 places up to reach the career best of 16th position in the ICC ODI batting rankings. And the next news is also in the South Africa, but not regarding the Pakistan team and the South African team, but it is regarding the Pakistan's Prime Minister, who was once one of the fierce all-rounder in the history of cricket and the only World Cup winning captain from the Pakistan. Pakistan's Prime Minister's autographed bats and balls, they have been sold out in the South Africa and auctioned in South Africa for the construction of new dams in Pakistan. Bat and ball were auctioned for 0.3 million and $7,000 million respectively. Pakistan community in the South Africa raised 37 millions for the dams fund. Wow, take a bow. So Pakistani community around the world is always helpful for a good cause, and who says that we are far behind the other nations? We are not far behind. We are still trying to meet up the standards of the modern era and the modern world. Major General Asif Ghafoor, he met recently Darren Semi and Javed Afridi of Peshawar Zalmi, and he has been offered the jersey and the shirt of the Pakistan Super League Season 4 for the Peshawar Zalmi with lot of love. And then Darren Semi has told that I got lot of love from the Pakistan's nation, and I can never forget what I have gained in the 3 Super Leagues, and this joy and the sheer joy which I got from the PSL. Even I have played a lot of leagues, but what I have got from this league I never achieved, and this is for the lifetime memories for me coming to the Pakistan and becoming a part of the Peshawar Zalmi. And in this tour right now, Darren Semi has been seen taking the Peshawari Kawa, and also he was seen taking the typical Peshawari shawl during this visit. And a part of this, Darren Semi, one of the gems of a human being, he has been seen visiting the APS Ahmedabad, the Peshawar Public School, Army Public School, in which the unfortunate incidents happened in the 2014, and finally now Darren Semi went there in the school to show the courage and the strength with the kids, and they are taking lot of photographs and just giving some lectures to them. Pakistan Cricket Board has finally confirmed the next captain of the World Cup Pakistan team. So lot of rumors were going on that what will be happening, the revolts were going, the boys are not happy, we were listening, but everything has been went wrong, and finally the Sarfaraz Ahmed, the captain of Pakistan team and the captain of Quetta Gladiators, have been confirmed and stamped as a captain of the Pakistan team until the World Cup 2019. So very good decision to announce the Sarfaraz the captaincy, because this was not going to be the good decision if they were going to remove Sarfaraz Ahmed, because the morale of the team, the media and the ups and downs, lot of things would have gone with a negative image for the Pakistan captain and for the Pakistan team, not with a good energy. Negative energy would have been seen, but this is a very good sign and a brilliant decision by the Pakistan Cricket Board to officially appoint Sarfaraz Ahmed and to remove all the rumors and the speculation that we were thinking that he is not having enough time or like this, but now I think he's having enough time to prepare for the World Cup with these boys. Still the time has not gone, and they can come, they can unite after the PSL with the head down, with the head together, and they can make a plan how to take the World Cup, just like the Champions Trophy Grand Finale 2017. Ehsan Mani, the chairman, has said Sarfaraz has been the integral part of the Pakistan cricket team's World Cup preparation, and he has been proved to be a good strategist, good leader and a wonderful performer. So this was Ehsan Mani, and now lot of changes in the Pakistan Super League. Our next news is regarding the champions Islamabad United, the Dean Jones team and the Waqar Yunus team. Islamabad United, who will be playing along with the Roman Reis, who is back in the team, along with the Shadab Khan. The new captain has been declared for the Islamabad United, as all of you know that Misbah ul Haq is no more the part of the Islamabad United. So this season, who will be captaining Islamabad United? Mohammad Sami, who was the fast bowler of the Pakistan cricket team and who was the part of the Islamabad United, one of the quickies in the era of 2005-06, one of the besties. He will be captaining this season Pakistan Super League Season 4 the champion team Islamabad United. And who will be his deputy? The deputy will be the young ever shining Shadab Khan, one of the excellent fielding gems from the Pakistan. So this will be the time to boost cricket inside Shadab Khan and providing the leadership qualities inside Shadab Khan, and maybe who knows, in some matches he may be captaining the Islamabad United in the absence of Sami if some illness or if some injury, God forbid, happen. So this will be a right stage and right place to groom Shadab Khan for the team Pakistan. Roman Reis, another good news from Islamabad United, as I told you, he has declared that he is fully fit to come back to the Islamabad United. He was out of the Islamabad United and from the Pakistan team with the shin injuries and the back injuries, but now he has been totally declared normal and he will be the part of this PSL 4. Indian team, which was playing cricket in New Zealand and now involved in the T20 international with the New Zealand, they just finished the ODI series with a victory of the 4-1. Kohli is not the part of the Indian team, and Kohli has been rested for the first time since 11 years in the away tour of India. So in his absence, Rohit Sharma was captaining and India was having the disaster in the fourth match, as I told you. But in the fifth match, they just did the comeback and win the match convincingly against the Kiwis. But I just want to tell you that what Hardik Pandya did. Hardik Pandya put the bowler to the 3 straight sixes in a ODI match. But this is not a surprise for me, because Hardik Pandya is a good striker of the ball. But the surprising thing was this, that he has done this in the international cricket now for the 4 record times. Only other player who has done this is one and the only my favorite, AB de Villiers from the South Africa. Now he has the joint most hitter of the ball on the 3 consecutive balls along with AB de Villiers. And now I really say, I must say, that if this is the coffee with the Karan, this is a solution of the good cricketing solutions in India, or this is a reason of a good quality cricket in India, then all the Indian boys must go to the coffee with Karan. So next time we see all the consecutive 3 sixes from the 11 batsmen until tail from the team India. So now before going to the break, 2 things I want to discuss with you. One is the trivia factor and one is the warm-up games. So first of all, I will go to the warm-up games. That schedule of the warm-up games for the English in the English season before the World Cup has been declared. Who will play whom and who will play whom, I will show you. Let's see. Here is a list of the warm-up games. So in the warm-up games, you can see Friday 24th of May, Pakistan will play versus Afghanistan on the bristles. And then on the same day, 24th, Sri Lanka is playing South Africa in the Cardiff, in the Wales, in the home city of Lady Diana, rest in peace. And 25th of May, Saturday, England will be playing Australia, big match. The arch rivals will be playing in the Hampshire. And on the same day, India will be playing versus New Zealand at the Oval. On 26th May, there will be 2 matches again. South Africa versus Windies in Bristol, and Pakistan will be playing against Bangladesh in the Cardiff. And 27th, again 2 games, Australia versus Sri Lanka and England versus Afghanistan at Hampshire and Oval. And the last practice match will be played on the 28th of May, when Windies will be playing versus New Zealand in the Bristol, and then the Bangladesh versus India in the Cardiff. So before going to the break, I just want to tell you one of the trivia factors of the today's date. In the first week of February, what happened back in the 1958? Unluckily, 1958 was the year which was very famous for the soccer. 1958 was the year when the first ever time the Brazilian team, having billion of fans around the world, first ever time they picked the World Cup football trophy, and the Pele was the part of that team. And then in the consecutive World Cups 1958 and 1962, Sweden and Chile, they picked the World Cup before going to the triplet in the 1970. But in the 1958, as the World Cup winning Brazilian team, there was one other famous incident which happened on the today's date about 50-60 years ago. The Manchester United team, which was in the West Germany, at that time then West Germany, and after finishing the league, Manchester United team, which was famously called as the Busty Babes, they were coming back from the Germany to the England on the flight of the British Airways official flight 609, and which was unfortunately that very day, in the third attempt to take the takeoff on the slush covered runway on the Munich airport, slipped and crashed, and ultimately on the board they were having the passengers, 44 passengers of the Manchester United team, along with their supporters, along with the other spectators and the media persons, and there were only 21 survivors on the board. 23 people on that plane crash were died. 21 were at the spot, they were died, and the 2 later on went to the hospital and there they died. And the Manchester United teams, the Busty Babes, all the team, there was no survivor for the Manchester United. Still, they believe it's a dark day, and of course it was a gloomy day for the football and for the Manchester United fans. So it's a time for the break. When I will come back from the break, of course we will be discussing in the Pakistan Super League Season 4, and we will be discussing what up, what down in the Pakistan versus South Africa T20. We will discuss all the T20s and we will discuss Pakistan team ne kya khoya, kya paya. You are watching Match Point by Dr. Adnan. This is E-Awaz, and you can watch us on the Greatest Empire USA Facebook and the YouTube page. We will take a short break and I will be right back. Welcome back on the Match Point. So, as I told you before going to the break, that we're gonna discuss Pakistan versus South Africa. Kya khoya, kya paya, T20 National Series. But first of all, the important thing, I will repeat as I told you in the headline, that this is the first ever time when Pakistan lost the match after the consecutive 11 chases in the 2 years period of 3 years almost period of 2016 to 2019. At the moment, on the world record streak of 11 consecutive successful chases, and they have not lost even a single game while doing a chase. But this time Pakistan suffered a defeat. The first match, South Africa beat Pakistan in a thriller by the 6 runs. Overall, if I go, it's not a bad performance for the Pakistan. They were only just 1 hit away from the 193 chase, a classic chase. What would have been if Pakistan would have been done. But again, the mistakes coming on the same way, as Pakistan is not able to accelerate. Pakistan batsmen were not able to put the ball outside the boundary. If you look contrary toward the Indian team, even a part of the Virat Kohli or the Dhawan, if you see the Rohit Sharma, that how effortlessly he is putting the ball out of the boundary. But really Pakistani batsmen were struggling, and when they were trying, they were being caught up at the boundary. So this was the dilemma of the slow run rate which Pakistan was maintaining, and the dot balls criteria, which was the same criteria we were discussing 2 years before, still is the main dot factor for the Pakistan loss against South Africa. The poor run rate and the dot ball percentage, I will tell you. Babar, Talat and Malik, only 3 men went to the double figures. Just see the strength of Pakistan in this format. Only 3 touched the double figures, and even then Pakistan lost by 6 runs, and the margin was not less, even nearly 200 runs. They constructed the innings, all the power hitters failed, and expectations from Asif and Fahim, we were having a lot more expectations than the usual 6s, but none of them were able to put the ball out of the boundary at the critical time when Pakistan needed in the death overs to accelerate. Players, if I tell you one strange thing about this match, that who was the man of the match, and you will be shocked. David Miller, who I say the killer Miller, was the man of the match. But David Miller is usually famous. Why we say him the killer Miller? Because he is killing the bowler at his own day. David Miller at this day only made 10 runs. And David Miller also didn't take any wicket. But even then he was declared man of the match in this very match against Pakistan. How he has earned the man of the match award, I may tell you. 4 catches and 2 run-outs, totally breaking the backbone of Pakistan batting lineup. And this has been done second time in the history of T20 since their start from the 2006 now. In the 13-year history of T20, this is the second time only when any cricketing person or any cricketer, he was declared man of the match without scoring more than 10 runs or without taking any wicket. The only other instance was Nathan Bracken, who put the spell versus New Zealand for the 4 overs and he gave 16 runs and he took 1 wicket only, and with this much spell they got the win over the New Zealand. And this is the second time in the history when someone took over the man of the match without performing with the ball and without performing with the bat. This loss for Pakistan was, as I told you, their first defeat since batted second in the T20s, and the last time when they lost on their lucky day. What was the lucky day? Lucky day was 25th of March 2016, the same day in the 1992 when Pakistan's Prime Minister picked the World Cup for Pakistan. So Pakistan lost on their unlucky day, and that was the last moment before this match when Pakistan lost in the T20s while batting second. South African captain Ford du Plessis has been rested for the last 2 T20s versus Pakistan. He was given the rest, and David Miller, he was appointed as a standing captain. Match number 2, when Pakistan reached to the match number 2, the match was on the Pakistan's favorite ground, and that is Johannesburg, where Pakistan defeated South Africa in the pink outfit. In the last 8 years record of the pink matches, no team like Australia or with the likes of India or New Zealand or their favorite neighbors, no one able to beat South Africa in the pink outfit. Pakistan is the only team in the history of cricket to beat South Africa in the pink outfit, and that was on the very same ground, Johannesburg. But here again, luck was not favoring with Pakistan because of the dot balls, and this time also by the Pakistan top order. But what was good to see Babar Azam. Let's discuss the match. Pakistan was beaten by South Africa now by the 1 more run, last time by the 6 runs, now by the lucky 7 runs. South Africa hit 11 sixes in the game and Pakistan hit only 2 sixes. This was what I was discussing. They lost the sheer ability to hit the ball out of the boundary. Whenever they tried, they got caught. And whenever they were trying, it was impossible for them to accelerate the run rate. If you can't hit sixes in the Johannesburg, the short boundaries, you cannot hit sixes anywhere. What do I believe? Pakistani batsmen on the average were hitting a 6 after every 25 balls in this very format, which is a disaster, total disaster. If you are meeting the teams with the likes of Team India, with the likes of Team Australia and Teams New Zealand, who play a really aggressive cricket while batting first or second. And this percentage, what I have told you, hitting the sixes after every 25 ball is the lowest percentage of the sixes which any team is hitting since the World Cup 2016, 2 years before. 190 was pretty much chaseable for Pakistan. For any other team, it would have been a very easy task. For the team Pakistan, it was a daunting task, and the things remained the same and became historic that Pakistan once again are the worst chasers in the limited over internationals. Either you give them the 50 overs or either you give them the 20 overs. Let's discuss about the run rate, what they were doing. In the first 15 overs, Pakistan, what they were doing, 139 for 1. Pakistan has made 139 runs, only lost 1 wicket, and they were having 9 wickets in hand. The same what was happening in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, that Pakistan tumbling wickets in the one session. The test matches were gone. The New Zealand match in which the New Zealand won after 1959, the series against Pakistan, the same in the one session Pakistan's wicket kept on tumbling. The same match, as I'm telling you, in the 15 overs Pakistan made 139, they lost only 1 wicket. They had 9 wickets in hand, pretty much easy target, lot of wickets in hand, but Pakistan's after 20 overs they finished with 181 for 7. Still 3 wickets in hand. In the last 5 overs, they made 42 runs in the death overs and they lost 6 wickets, would you believe? 6 wickets they lost and they made only 42 runs. Otherwise, this match was in the pocket of Pakistan and series would have gone 1-1. Your team need 189 to win at 9.45 runs per over in the today's era of 2019 international cricket. And then you score 55 of 41 balls with 13 dot balls. I'm talking about Hussain Talab. This is criminal. With this performance and at this stage of match with 13 dot balls, you cannot win the game in any region, even against the team Zimbabwe or team Nepal. Shoaib Malik said the match should have gone to the 20th over when we had so many wickets in hand, and he was repenting and he said it was the responsibility of the set batsman to finish the game and come out of the cricket ground. But once the wickets were tumbling and the new batsman was coming, he was spending time in playing the dot balls and then was not able to accelerate the game. Babar Azam, 90 runs he made of the 58 balls. I was very much impressed because I was very disappointed. If you remember the last season, PSL 3, Karachi Kings lost one match because of the Babar Azam slow batting. The same way as Pakistan was 139 for 1, in the same match Karachi Kings was at the very good stage with one only wicket lost, 9 wickets in hand. Babar Azam on the crease. Even then Karachi King was not able to win the match because of the Babar Azam's personal inning. But now Babar Azam was extremely impressive, exceptional, effortless and skillful innings, full of cricketing shots, and what a brilliant innings to watch for the Babar Azam. He built the innings for Pakistan but unfortunately could not finish the game for Pakistan. Mickey said they were having so many questions for the form of Babar Azam, and he said, I am very happy because I am the one who said back 3 years at the first season of the Pakistan Super League back in 2016 that Babar is gonna be a superstar of the Pakistan batting, and Babar has been brilliant so far as he's been improving day by day. The match Pakistan lost of the Pakistan's strength. I mean, once it was the Pakistan strength. What was the Pakistan strength? Pakistan bowling. Pakistan bowling was one of the strength and one of the trump card in the Pakistan's hand, in which Pakistan was defending the mere totals of 103, 105, 110. But now Pakistan's bowlers are not having that sheer pace, not having that accuracy which we were seeing in the last 4 decades, along with the Wasim Akram, Waqar Yunus, Anchorperson Khan, Shoaib Akhtar, Razak, Azhar, so many names coming to my mind. But Pakistan is not having pace. One of the reasons Pakistan lost the match was Usman Khan Shinwari, who, in spite of having a very good nick in the BBL Big Bash League, Usman Shinwari, 4 overs, 0 wickets, 63 runs and 0 maiden, the most runs conceded by a Pakistani bowler ever in the history of T20 International. 29 runs came of the Usman Khan Shinwari's last over. This is the joint second most expensive 20th over in the T20 history, along with the 29 by the Bangladesh versus West Indies in the Mirpur in 2012. If you go overall, most runs conceded by a Pakistani bowlers overall in the T20 overs, 30 was the worst, which was done by the Bilawal Bhatti versus Australia in 2014, and 29 now Usman Shinwari versus South Africa in 2019, and third is the Islamabad United captain Mohammad Sami versus Australia back in Dubai 2010 was the worst over with 28 runs. Absolutely brilliant spell once again from the Imad Wasim, the beauty of the Karachi Kings and the skipper of the Karachi Kings. He again proved that why he is the part and parcel of this very format of the Pakistan team. Imad Wasim, 4 overs, 1 maiden, 9 runs he conceded, 1 wicket he took at the economy rate of 2.25 with a 17 dot balls. Wow, take a bow. Most economical 4 over spell in the T20 history, especially in the Johannesburg, which is the highest scoring venue in the world in terms of a run rate. So it was really an achievement and a gem of a bowling from a Pakistani star, Imad Wasim. This is the first Pakistan T20 series loss since January 2016 when they lost against New Zealand. Pakistan had won their now previous 11 T20 series. With losing this match means Pakistan lost the series. Coming quickly to the third match, Pakistan winning by 27 runs, and Pakistan win percentage in the T20s while defending 150 plus target is 91.11. This is the core myth factor of my match point, that this was the Pakistan's bowling which was living up to the reputation in the past when the Pakistan is putting up on the board 150. 91% chances that Pakistan will defend the total. No other teams on this planet can defend the total of 150 in the current day what Pakistan can do in the modern age. They have won 41 matches out of the 45. When Pakistan scored 150 on the board, they lost only 4 games out of 45, which is the 99% of the overall teams. I mean, none other team is near to the team Pakistan in having this achievement. Great hitting by Shadab Khan in the last game and taking 21 runs of the last over. 3 sixes against the best white ball bowler of the tour. So this was the beauty of the youngsters. Either it is Imad, either it is Shadab, or either it is Hassan. Pakistan must be thinking that why they didn't send him up in the second game after the Hussain Tilak. Might be Shadab would have win the game of Pakistan when 10 were needed of the 4 balls, and previously he has done this in the Islamabad United Pakistan Super League Season 3 if you don't forget. David Miller says Pakistan is really a good bowling unit and that's why best in the T20s, and we admire their number 1 position. In the first 6 overs they restricted us and bowled extremely well, and it was difficult for us. We all tried our best but we couldn't score. Credit goes to them and they were extremely good. Pakistan is not a bad T20 team at all. Team to watch. 1 series defeat with a small margins cannot overshadow their performance of the 3 years or 2.5 years, and Pakistan team yet still in this very format is the best team in the T20 and yet rated as the number 1 team. You are watching Match Point. I am Dr. Adnan. We will take a short break and then we will go towards the last segment. I will be right back. Welcome back after the break. So here we go. We told you the story of Pakistan versus South Africa in the last segment. I will be telling you, as I promised before the headlines, Pakistan versus South Africa. क्या खोया, क्या पाया, खोने की कहानी और पाने की कहानी सब इसमें बताएंगे आपको. You have to keep tuned to the match point. Imad Wasim, as I told you, the brilliant Pakistan's young man, Shadab Khan, the wonders of the Pakistan T20 team. They are the game changers. They are the men who turn the game. Whether you are in the death bowling or you are in the death overs while doing the batting. Imad Wasim's incredible stats in the T20 series against the South African tour when he was called. 4 overs, 0 wickets, 19 runs and 1 maiden. 4 overs, second match, 1 wicket, 9 runs and 1 maiden. Wow. And the last one, 4 overs, couldn't take the wicket but gave only 23 runs and 1 maiden he threw. Only conceded 51 runs in his 12 overs this series at a superb economy rate of 4.25. proving it that why Pakistan is the #1 T20 team. Shoaib Malik said, Imad is an exceptional talent and has been performing very well for our team. We need couple of more guys who perform like Imad, both with a bat and with a ball. Pakistan have invested a lot in the youngsters, but one such youngster I must say that Pakistan should look. I'm very much disappointed. Fahim Ashraf, as I saw his innings against Sri Lanka in the practice match in the England before the Champions Trophy, he is having a tremendous ability to hit the cricket ball out of any arena. But we have been so disappointed to see Fahim Ashraf either with a ball, with a bat, that he is not having the same strength what we saw back in 2016. 25 innings in the ODIs and T20s he have played combined with a highest of just 23, which is not at all acceptable at this current fit level of international cricket. Apart of only one inning against Sri Lanka and then the Bangladesh, he never rose up to the expectations and no massive boundaries have been seen. So it should be a series, should be a lesson for Fahim that if he wants to be in a Pakistan team, he would be improving himself. Otherwise, he will have to give space to the replacement bench. Babar Azam on this tour of South Africa in the Test series, 221 runs he has made in the 6 innings at the rate of 36.83 average, which was tremendously good. In the ODI series, he made 195 runs in 5 innings. He started improving after Test and he made this at the average of 48.75. And then in the T20 series, he further improved himself, and just see how his graph is improving as you are reducing the number of overs. In the T20, 151 runs he made in the 3 innings he played at the mere average of 50.33 with a strike rate of 157.29. So this was the good positive from the Pakistan, that Babar, the batting genius from Pakistan, has struck back for the Pakistan. Mickey Arthur says Babar is an absolute genius and he is going to be better and better from the day #1, and each year he is getting better, and I hope this season he will play also and improve his techniques while playing for the Karachi Kings in the Pakistan Super League. Shaheen Shah Afridi, another gem which we need to discuss, has been brilliant throughout the tour of South Africa. Test series, he was given a chance. When given a chance, 9 wickets he took in 2 tests at the average of 26.66. ODI series where he played, he took 6 wickets in 4 matches at the average of 4.63. Again his average rising up. In the T20 series, he only played 2 matches and he took 2 wickets at the average of 6.25. While now as we are discussing the paceman, one more thing which is very important, that Pakistan's death bowling. Pakistan is why not that much effective in the death bowling, and because the death bowler is the one who is achieving the wickets for you from the very top, and who was destroying India in the grand finale of the Champions Trophy. One and the only Mohammad Amir, beating Virat Kohli, the batting genius from the India, and the Dhawan and the top 3 scalps, and beating Virat Kohli and make him out on the 2 balls 2 times in the international cricket is virtually impossible, and that is Mohammad Amir who has done it. But now Pakistan's that strength and trump card is not working as it was working 2 years before. So have to be seen that Amir should be rested or Amir should be replaced, but must need to see where the things are going wrong. Mohammad Amir in the last 11 T20s, 41 overs and 21 wickets, 3 wickets in an innings 3 times, 4 wickets in an innings only once he achieved, runs conceded 257 and the economy rate of 6.27. Yet he is better in the T20s, but his killer instinct in the ODIs and in the Test is totally diminishing. So things need to see. The alarming factor that the Amir has just taken 5 wickets at an average of 80.80 in 13 ODIs since the Champions Trophy, and 4 of those ODIs were against the Minnows, Zimbabwe and the Team Hong Kong. Now if we go to the pros and cons of the betting, the Pakistan superstar who made them won the grand finale of the Champions Trophy back in 2017 after getting a bounty from Jasprit Bumrah, the Yorker specialist, the Pakistan's opener, the left-handed Fakhr Zaman on his day, we all know is a match winner. But what if he is not improving and he is not performing for Pakistan continuously? Even Pakistan was having a replacement bench of Shan Masood and Sahibzada Farhan, but they were not given a chance and they will go back to the Pakistan, of course, without playing any game. Fakhr Zaman in the last in this tour, his scores 17, 14, 4, 70, 44, 2, 26, 2, 4, 12, 7 and 1, which is not appreciable. Why keep picking him and destroying his confidence? Give him a rest and let him come back after playing some regional cricket and let someone else come in a team. Now we will discuss the boundary runs conceded per 20 overs in the T20s since World Cup T20 in 2016. And here you see there is a chart in front of you. Pakistan bowlers at the top of the list with the least boundary runs given. One of the such proof is Imad Wasim, economy rate of only 5.89 in the T20 after 33 matches and bowling most of his overs during the batting power play, which is really incredible. Now go to the next slide and you can see the boundaries run per 20 overs in the T20 since World T20 in 26. Pakistan is here, joined third bottom on the list. This is what I was telling you in the beginning in my first in the opening of the show, that the instinct of hitting the boundaries and avoiding the dot balls have gone from the Pakistan team. Really need to improve. Pakistan is third lowest from the bottom, where UAE we can see at the bottom. Next, if you go, Pakistan lack of sixes in the 2016 World Cup T20 since the World T20 the 2016 average of 4.69 average of sixes after every 20 overs, which is not at all acceptable. So roughly if you calculate, Pakistan is hitting the six only 4 after the 20 overs. This is the stats which has been coming since the last World Cup 2016 has been played. Now last but not the least, before finishing the show, I have to jump to the England-West Indies, because England versus West Indies, something very incredible going, and the West Indian team beating England in style after the long drought years. Finally they lived up to the reputation of the Caribbean, what they were doing in the 1970s and 1980s. They beat England in a series now 2-0 up now, and Jason Holder, I have told you in the headline, will not be the part of the West Indies team, but they have already won the series. West Indies beat England in the second test by the 10 wickets. England last 11 games in the Caribbean, lost 4, drawn 6 and won only 1 game. So this tells you all the story of the English dilemma in the Caribbean, even when their team was not that much good. Darren Bravo took 340 minutes to score the 50 runs in the Antigua cricket ground. 340 minutes are equal to the length of the 4 innings in the T20 cricket. But this is where what you say, that the mind, it should be present in the test cricket. Runs are not necessary. The mandatory thing is to remain on the wicket and to rotate the strike for your partner to score the runs. He is the batsman who once hit 5 sixes in an over in the Caribbean Premier League last year. A very good example that how to play, when to play, in which situation. This is what we say, the adaptation, the survival of the toughest, the theory of Darwin. He proved that how to play cricket in the T20 and the test. Darren Bravo's 50 runs came off the 215 balls, is the slowest century by the West Indies batsman ever in the 141 years of Test cricket. It is also one of the bravest innings you will see, and if you don't mind, I will tell you that this was the highest score in this winning match by the West Indies. This was the highest score of both the two innings any batsman, any West Indian done. But for the English team, of course, 70 runs were made later on by the Moeen and by the captain. So he was the top scorer of the West Indies innings. Cameron Roach was the pick of the bowlers once again with the 8 wickets. And now it is the time to tell you the killer factor. Then, bring the music on. So it's the time for a killer factor. Tim Paine, the captain of the Australian team. He has declared the Australian innings when he was only on 41. 9 runs needed to make the Test 50, but he declared the innings. So this was very much surprising for a lot of fans and lot of Australian fans. But this is not the killer factor. But this is the surprising thing that a lot of you were thinking that might be this is the first ever time have been happening in the Australian cricket. Those who are asking me that this is happening first time in the Australian cricket, no. The innings have been declared by the Australian captain once back in the 1976, and he was the Greg Chappell, the elder brother of Ian Chappell and once the coach of the Indian team in 2000. Greg Chappell during the 1976 series once declared the inning when he was on the very same score of 41 on which Tim Paine was playing. But this is not the killer factor. Killer factor is something to provoke you up from your seats. So those who are thinking that 41 runs have been declared 2 times by the captain without playing and without making the 50. Once, if I tell you, and you will be surprised, Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan, he declared the innings with a once when he was at the personal score of 93 not out. He only needed 7 runs to complete his century. But he declared the innings without completing the century, always saying that he plays for Pakistan and records are meant to be broken. But yet I want to tell you one more thing. Still, killer factor is on. Bring the music more on so that we may know what happened next. Once Pakistan's Prime Minister was against the arch rivals India. Ground was Hyderabad. I am the eyewitness of that very match. I was a kid at that time. In 1983 was the year. Pakistan's standing captain and the Pakistan's vice captain Javed Miandaz was playing on 280 runs, and it was day number 4 and India had yet to bat. It was assured the match was going towards the draw, but the Pakistan's Prime Minister and then Pakistan's captain Imran Khan declared Pakistan's inning when Javed Miandaz was playing on 280 runs. This was the killer factor, and I hope you would have enjoyed this factor. Next time when I will come, all the Indian fans, I promise I will bring the amazing stats and the result of the New Zealand-India T20 series. At that time, all the series would have been finished and we would have been finished the decider, and we will be knowing that who is the champion of the T20 series between India and New Zealand. And at that time, more news would have come. Who is doing what in Pakistan Super League? Who has reached Pakistan? Who has reached Dubai? This all we will tell you along with the pictures. Till then, Dr. Adnan says you goodbye. Take care and bye-bye. Those who were asking this question, I just want to tell you, yes, series has been finished. Finally, the major headline. ये नहीं है, ये 2 हैं. अच्छा, मुझे पता है भी. Hello to all of you on another exciting episode of Match Point by Dr. Adnan. We will... Dobara.
Fantastic.
Here's a man who's been largely responsible for his overall